This video is to show how to add content, how to add items in the program AutoCatalog. So yes, we have content into the domestic tab. So let's add some items to some of the others. We right click on the tab and we click Add Items. This brings up a file browser and we can go and browse to wherever our files happen to be, the drawing files. You can select as many as you want. You click Open. You notice they're being added here. And then this little box pops up that says it's post-processing. So what it's doing is some of the heavy lifting and converting this for the data files that are used by AutoCatalog. And you'll be notified when that process is finished. While the process is going on, you can continue to work in AutoCatalog. You can insert items or open drawings or go about your business, and it won't be affected. That process is not an AutoCAD process. So for example, if you were going to add a large number of items, say all the items in a directory, you'd say Add Items in Directory, and then you could browse to the folder where you want those items to be or come from. And when you select the folder, you will find how many files are in that folder and ask if you want to add that many to this tab. 398 is quite a few, but we're going to add those. So we'll click Yes. You notice that the initial pass through happens pretty rapidly and the preview files are found very quickly, and the item grid then is filled up with 398 items. But you notice it's post-processing, and that's happening in the background, and you see the progress meter of how far along it is in the post-processing. You also get this notification balloon that says that that's what it's doing and that you will be notified when the process is completed. Since this is not an AutoCAD process, you can continue to use AutoCAD to do your work. So if you wanted to insert blocks or other content or do other things in AutoCAD, you can still do that, and this will continue on in the background. This prevents a delay in creating all the data that's needed for the AutoCatalog data files and lets you continue to go on working to be more efficient. There's a cancel button here. If the process is going on a long time or you don't have time to let it finish or for whatever reason you want to cancel it, if you click this button, it'll cancel that process. I'll select that now. And it gives me the opportunity and says, do you want to stop the operation? AutoCAD files are not affected regardless of your choice. So I'll go ahead and cancel the operation and it stops. At this point, the data that has been prepared or was being prepared for the AutoCatalog data file didn't complete. So even though the information that I was gathering there is available to me and will work in the interface, when I reload the program, it won't be there. And you notice that the tab is in bold, and that means that something is not completed with that tab. It didn't get the chance to post-process. So if I right-click on that, I can say Save Tab Data to File. Gives me the opportunity then to go ahead and run that process. If I click Yes, you notice that it starts again. And it gives me the same balloon here, lets me know that I can keep working during that operation and that I'll be notified when the operation is complete. It also tells me that if AutoCAD's closed before the operation finishes, that the data will not be saved. And again, as always, that doesn't mean that any of your drawing files will be affected. They will not. And the only thing that is affected is what happens in the AutoCatalog interface here. So keeping the catalogs to a manageable number of items, as you can see, will help greatly with the performance of the program. And 398 is not a lot, but depending on your processor and your system, 100 or so items per catalog you'll find will go very quickly. And even though this process doesn't need to happen, it only needs to happen one time for this catalog, you still might want to be conservative with the number of items that you have in a catalog. It also saves a lot of scrolling in your catalogs, and so it's more efficient that way as well. It's been tested, the program has been tested with thousands of items, 5,000 items, and it works fine. It just takes a little bit longer to actually load on the initial load up of the program when there's more items in the tab. Well, that's all for adding items.